Hi, it's Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. Here we're coming here with a new phone review. This is from our good friends at ATT.com. It's ATT.com. Now with the fastest downloads and upload speeds, we of course enjoy their services, and of course they make some really cool phones. So this is a new phone that you can get. This is a Nokia Lumia 925. It's a little bit more inexpensive than some of the other high-end Nokia phones, and so it makes it a great entry point phone or starter phone for someone if they want to take and do it, but they don't want to spend the big bucks on a Nokia Lumia 1020. But it has a lot of the same features and elements and stuff that you come to find in most Nokia Windows phones. So let's talk about it. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube also, so you can keep seeing these great videos. Anyway, so the Nokia 325, let's talk about some of the specs on it first. It's a Windows Phone 8, of course, running on that OS. It's 5.08 inches in height, 2.78 inches in width, and 0.33 inches in thickness. It's got a weight of 4.90 ounces. It's got a screen size of 4.5 inches, 1280 pixels times 768 in the screen size resolution, 334 ppi, which is pixels per inch. It's got an AMOLED screen, 16.7 million colors. The camera is an 8.7 megapixels, and it's got some new technology that's supposed to make it ultra sharp, and the pictures do come out really well. The camcorder is 1080p HD, 30 frames per second, with a front-facing camera of 1.2 megapixels. It's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Plus, which is a dual-core chip, 1.5 gigahertz with 1 gigahertz of RAM, and 1 gigabyte of RAM, and 16 gigabytes of built-in storage. The battery is 2,000 milliamp hours, and it's pretty much your standard Windows operating style of phone. So let's take a look at it. It's got pretty much the same setup that they always do with Windows phones. You've got your Windows Home button here, your search, your back button. You've got what they used to call the Metro tiles. And then, of course, you've got over here different things, apps that you can take and get into. And, of course, it has an app store. The app store is developing quite well on the Windows product, and seems to, get more apps all the time, and now has like Instagram and a few others. This thing is a little bit smaller than some of the bigger models and more expensive models, I should probably add, but definitely it has the beautiful screen that you come to expect from the Nokia Lumia. We'll go ahead and flip it over. On the back here, you can see it's got kind of an interesting build to it. It's got this really kind of hard steel, very solid feeling case to it. And then on the back, it kind of has a little plastic back. It doesn't pop off, although it kind of looks like it might. And it's got your speaker back here. You've got your camera eye, which is raised in many of the Nokias. Then you also have your lamp flash here. So it's kind of interesting on the build of it and how they did it. You can see here they've got the SIM card trays in the top. The charging cable is also in the top, and the earphone jack is in the top, which is interesting. Normally the earphone jack on most of these Nokias is right here in the center. There's a small microphone there. Down the right side of the unit, we have your rocker button for volume up and down, your power button, and then we also have a camera shutter button. And on the bottom, there's really nothing. Kind of interesting, they move the charging port up here to the top of the device. Maybe they made it so that it's easy to play games like this or use your phone like this while you're still charging at the top. It does only have 2,000 milliamp hour battery in it, which isn't too bad. I mean, it's more than most Apple iPhones for that matter. So it's pretty good. And that's pretty much it. It's got a really solid build to it. Evidently, it's only available in a few kind of plain colors, white, black, off-gray sort of colors. Nothing too fancy or crazy like some of the other Nokia phones. But it does have, like I said, the beautiful screen that you come to expect with the Nokia phone. It does seem to be quite fast enough in its performance and what it does. It's, of course, got the Nokia Pro Cam that you can take and utilize here. There's some fun aspects of the camera and everything else. With the camera, it does take really sharp pictures. We were really impressed with it. It's got much of the same sort of experience you've come to expect from Nokia. You've got different, of course, adjustments to ISO, brightness, and everything across the top here. What is interesting about it is the pictures are, of course, sharp. One thing we found is the lamp flash wasn't that great, both in video mode and in photo mode. We weren't impressed with the lamp flash at all. It's incredibly poor. So that was one downside we weren't too happy about. But I have to tell you, most people don't really worry all that much about lamp flashes or take in the dark pictures. Here's a picture that came provided with the Nokia. This is a kind of depth of field sort of shot. We didn't take that. Here's one where we did take this with our fire hydrant that's out by the house. Let's see. Here's another picture with the fire hydrant. Here's a video that we took of kind of the fire hydrant in the neighborhood. They've done some different tweaking to the camera that has made it very, very sharp and very, very good looking. And I'm very impressed with it. It does take really, really sharp pictures and sharp video. And they've done a great job from that effort. You can see here some more photos. The detail is pretty awesome on what the sharpness of the pictures get, and of course it's got image stabilization and a few other tricks and things that they put into the Nokia camera. You know, the one thing about the Nokia product from Lumia and the Lumia product is that they do a great job on the camera. I know many people that buy the Lumias just because of the camera. Here's these are complete darkness shots, by the way, that you can see where we're trying to get the flash to light up the room, and it does a real poor job. We'll see if we can't get to the video here, and where we're in complete darkness and we're trying to light up the room with the video lamp. And as you can see here, it doesn't do a very good job comparatively to many other phones. It does okay. I mean, you can get the shot. It takes a while for it to come into focus. But overall, I just wasn't excited with the lamp flash and how it worked. I certainly expected more out of the Nokia product. But keep in mind, this is a budget-minded phone, especially for what you're going to pay for it at AT&T. It's much more discounted than what you're going to pay for the Nokia Lumia 1020, etc., etc. And it's a nice little phone, too. It's not as heavy or weighty as the Lumia 1020. It feels more comfortable in the hand. It's just smaller and more ergonomically comfortable, which I think makes it a little bit better phone for some people who don't want the bulkiness maybe of the Nokia Lumia 1020, which you can also get at AT&T, by the way. So there you have it. It's a nice, speedy little phone. It does a great job with the Windows 8 environment, and I'm impressed with it. Other than the only one downside that I had with it, of course, was the lamp flash, but a lot of people don't take pictures in the dark anyway, or late at night, I suppose, because they never turn out well, so people don't bother. Other than that, I thought it was a great little phone. Be sure to check it out. You go to ATT.com. It's ATT.com with the fastest download and upload speeds. And tell them Chris Voss sent you. Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. Be sure to check into some of the comparison videos we do with the phones. And we'll be comparing this to the Nokia Lumia 1020 and a couple other Nokia phones, and probably the Samsung Windows Phone. So watch for those. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we'll see you next time.